Hey everyone, this is Sultan with WPFunnels, and in this video, I'm going to give you a hands-on tutorial on how you can design your funnel pages using bricks. As you know, WPFunnels lets you create your funnels on a visual canvas where you can configure it and plan it however you want. And if you're using the bricks theme in your website, now you can design your funnel pages using the bricks builder as well. And we all know that bricks builder is so much easy to use and very convenient. So if you're able to design your funnel pages with bricks, that's so much great for people that are using the bricks theme. Okay. Now, while you can use all bricks features when designing your funnel pages, there are a few widgets that you must use to make sure the funnel is functional. For each funnel page type, we have dedicated widgets that you must use. Next step button and opt-in form widgets on the landing page and custom page, checkout widget on the funnel checkout page, offer button widget on the upsell and downsell pages, order details widget on the funnel thank you page. Now in this video, I'll show you how you can edit each funnel page with bricks, and I'll give you a walkthrough on using the necessary widgets. Plus, I'll also show you how you can customize these widgets to match your brand requirements. So let's begin. As you can see, I'm on my funnel dashboard. I haven't created any funnels yet. I'll be creating one right now with you. Now, before you start creating your funnels, first make sure you have allowed bricks to recognize your funnel pages. So to do that, what you do is you go to bricks settings, and on the bricks settings, you need to enable the post types, funnels, and steps. Only then you'll be able to edit funnel pages using bricks. Now, let us go ahead and create the first funnel. Now, for this video, what I'll do is I'll create a funnel with all the 6 steps that are available. And for each step, I'll show you the design control and the widgets that you need to use. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's click on this. And you can see this will let me choose some of the templates that we have pre-built for bricks. So what I'll do is I'll just create one from scratch for this video. And I'll also not choose any layout. So when you do not choose any layout, you go to a completely blank funnel canvas. Let me show you. There you go. You can see that this funnel doesn't have any steps at all. And I'll be creating this funnel by adding all the steps one by one. So first, let me click on new step and add the landing page. Okay. So for the landing page, let me import this template. Now this template is already designed with bricks, but if you don't want to use our templates, you can create one from scratch and design the whole thing from scratch. There's no problem with that. You can do that. Now to edit the landing page, you click on the edit icon and it will open up in the Gutenberg mode, right? But here you just click on edit with bricks, and then this will turn into a bricks page and open up in the bricks editor. And there you go. So this has opened up in the bricks edit mode. Everything on this page is designed with bricks. Whenever you use our templates are completely built with bricks. You can see you can change the image, you can change the text and everything on this page. Okay, and you can use all options from bricks to customize the whole page. Just that on the landing page, we have 2 specific widgets that you need to be using. So if I click on plus elements and go to the very bottom, you can see under WPFunnels, there are about 5 widgets that you can use. But for the landing page, you will only be able to use 2 of them. One is the next step button and another one is the opt-in form. If you use any other widgets on this step, they will not work. Okay, so you can drop it and try to use it, but they'll not work. So for the landing page, you just have to use the next step button and the opt-in form if you need them. Okay, so I already have the next step button dropped here. So if I select this, you can see this is the next step button, and on the left side, I have the options to customize the button. I can change the button type. So right now it's set to next step, which means clicking on this will take me to the next step available on this funnel. But if I change this, I can change it to a custom URL path. So I can take people to an external URL by clicking on this, or I can take them to another funnel that I may have on my site. So for now, let's keep it to next step. Next comes the title. I can change the button text. So let's say, yes, I want this. And you can see the text has been changed. I can change the size of the text, the style. I can change the outline. I can also add an icon if I want to. Okay, but for now, let's not do that. I can also use the style elements from bricks to design the layout, the typography, the background. I have all the control over here. You can see I can change the spacing. I can add paddings and margins. So if I change this, let's say 20, you can see that there's extra paddings added on top. So I can do all the customizations over here just like you edit a normal button in Bricks, but this is our widget which you have to use on the landing page in place of CTAs. Okay, at the same time, you can also use our opt-in form widget. Let me just drop it here just to show you how it's going to work. So this is the one. Let's just drop it here. You can see once I drop it, the widget appears right over here, and on the right side on the hierarchy you can see it's right here. So if I choose that, this comes to focus, and on the left side you can see you have all the options to change the style, or you can change the content. Here you have a lot of options. First is the opt-in form source. If I click on this, you can see first it's selected as WPFunnels. It means this is the form that we'll be using, or you can change it to MailMint. In case you have MailMint on this site and you have forms designed there, you can reuse it here. Second, you can also send leads data directly to MailMint by enabling this option. What this means is that if you have MailMint on the site, then you can directly send the collected leads to MailMint. From there you can run automations, campaigns, and anything you want, right? So once you enable this, this gets populated with the list I already have in MailMint, and I can assign them however I want. Okay, but for now let's leave it off. Next comes the form layout. We have a few default form layouts that we provided. You can use them, or you can just use the default one and customize it to match your requirement. Now there is one option called opt-in form type. Right now it says general opt-in. You can change it to click to expand. What this means is that it will appear as a button, but clicking on it will make a form appear. So that's another feature you can explore. All right, other than the form layout, you have form fields. So normally you get the email address field, but you can enable fields for the first name, last name, phone number, website, message, and an acceptance checkbox. And you can change the label of the field, change the placeholder text, and if you want, you can not show the label and just show the placeholder, or you can separately show the label right above the field. Okay, you can see that I have enabled the first name field, so that has appeared, and I have enabled to show label. Now the label has appeared, so I can customize this whole thing. I can also customize the submit button over here, from the text to width, margin, padding, typography, everything. Okay, and there are other options which is called action after submission. So with this, you can choose what will happen when someone submits the form. So initially this is sent by default to your admin email. You can change the text of the notification and the subject line. And other than that, you can choose other actions, such as if you change this to next step, it means that if you have a step in your funnel after this, then after submission, they'll move to the next step. And then there's the option to redirect to a custom URL in case you want to take people to an external site after form submission. Other than that, you have the option called carry data to the next form. What this means is that if you have another step after this, let's say a custom step with the opt-in form or a checkout step with a checkout form, then the data submitted here will be carried to that form automatically. It will be pre-filled. Okay, and you also have the option to register the user as a subscriber when they opt in. So this is a very useful feature in case you are increasing your number of subscribers to the website. Okay, so once you're happy with customizations, you can just save this and the page will be saved. Just make sure that you are using our next step button widget in place of CTA buttons, and you're using our opt-in form in place of opt-in forms, or we do have a integration with the Bricks forms. So if you're using the default form builder of Bricks and using forms on this page, you can use that within the funnel as well. If you want to use an opt-in form, then you have to use WPFunnels opt-in form over here. Okay, so now once this is done, let's move back to the funnel canvas. Now after the landing page, let us look at a custom step. Let's just click on add new step, and here let's choose to import a custom step. So let me import let's say this template, and there you go. So this has been imported, and now I can edit this page. But before I edit this, I'll let you know that a custom step is actually the replication of a landing page. It's pretty much the same as a landing page, just that we call it a different step because we want to make sure that the first step of the funnel is the landing page. The custom step acts as other sales pages that comes after the landing page, or maybe even after the checkout if you want to. Okay, this step can be added anywhere in your funnel, but its functionality works just like a landing page. So when you edit this, it's going to open up in the Gutenberg, and let's click on edit with Bricks, and this will take me to the Bricks editor. There you go. Now this is again same as the landing page. So this page has the same 2 widgets that you get with the landing page. If I go to the elements section at the very bottom under WPFunnels, you get 5 widgets here, but the first 2 ones are the ones that you'll be able to use on this step, the next step button and the opt-in form. So these are the only 2 widgets that you should be using when you're using a custom step. The rest of them will not work. Okay. Now again, you can see that I have added a next step button on this page as well, right over here. And if I want to add form, I'll be dropping an opt-in widget from here. Okay, so the custom step is pretty much the same as a landing page. You can customize the whole page with your bricks, widgets, and make sure to use the 2 widgets that we have where required. For example, for CTA buttons, always use the next step button, or else it's not going to take you to the next step of the funnel. Okay, so let's get back to the canvas. Now let us look at the checkout step. So let's click on add new step and let's add a checkout step. So let's say I'll be importing this one. And there you go, the step has been imported. Now with the checkout step, first make sure that you have assigned the main product that you're offering. Whenever someone is ready to pay, when they're going to go to the checkout, they want to see that that product is in the cart. So you need to assign that product that people will see or be paying for. Now, before you edit the checkout page, first make sure that you have assigned the product you're offering. So this is basically the initial product that you're offering in the funnel. So in the landing page, you'll be promoting this product. When they'll accept it, they'll go to the checkout. This is the product they'll be paying for. So you need to assign that in the checkout step. So click on this card icon and it will open up the settings drawer. And here, click on add product to add product. So I'll just, search for a random product and add it. And there you go, the product has been added. So now my checkout page is ready to be edited. So before I edit this, let me give you a glimpse of how it looks. Let's click on preview. And there you go, you can see this is the checkout page. There's a checkout form and there's the product I just assigned. Now this checkout form is actually our widget. Let me show you. Let's go back to the canvas and let's edit this checkout step. And let's click on edit with bricks. And there you go. So on this page, you can see that this is actually our widget called checkout. So if I click on this, you can see this is the widget we have. So on the elements area, if you scroll to the very bottom, out of this 5, this checkout widget is the one that you should be using on the checkout page. Okay. This will enable this form, and when people will pay for it, this will allow people to go to the next step. In case you're using one-click upsell and you're not using this checkout widget and rather using the default checkout widget from WooCommerce or maybe through Bricks, then it's not going to work in the funnel. You have to use this widget of ours for this funnel to be functional. Okay, so in this checkout form, you can customize a few things. For example, if you click on this, you can change the layouts into different layouts we have. So we have a 2-column layout. We have a 2-step layout. If I click on this, you can see it changes into 2 steps. I can have an express layout, which is pretty convenient, but let's stick to 2-column, which is the most common one used by most people. Okay, you can also choose the floating label effect. So when the floating label is enabled, you can see that by default the page looks like this. But let me just save this. Okay, now I have the checkout page open in another tab. Let me just go to that tab and reload the page, and the floating label is now active. So what happens with the floating label is, let's say I remove the first name, and you can see that this is how the fields will look like initially. If I click on this, this text will become the label and I can input my name. Okay, so that's the effect of the floating label. Okay, let me go back to the edit mode. So you can choose these options and you can then customize the style of the form. So you can change spacings using layouts. You can change the typography, the background colors, and everything. You can customize this with all the options you get with Bricks and some control over changing the text color, the style of the sections, the borders. You can change all of that from here. Okay. Other than that, we also have some additional editing options that you can do from the funnel canvas. Let me show you. If you go to the canvas and go to this settings for the checkout step, on the top you have the option called edit fields. So this is a built-in checkout field editor in WPFunnels, which you can use to add or remove fields on the checkout form. Let me show you. you can see that I have this field for company name. If I go to the checkout page, you can see that the company name exists right after the first and last name, right? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go ahead and disable the company name field, okay? And then scroll down and click on Save Changes. Now let's go to the checkout page and reload the page. And there you go. You can see that after the first and last name, the company name field is no longer there. I just removed it by using the Edit Fields option in WPFunnels. So this is a checkout field editor. If you want to add or remove fields, you can do that right from here. But do keep in mind that if you're removing certain fields, make sure that your payment gateway is supporting that, because if certain data is missing, maybe payment gateways may not be able to charge the customers. So do keep that in mind when you're editing the fields, okay? So that's just about it in customizing the checkout page. You do have other customizations, such as you can include order bumps on this page. You can change the position of the order bump, customize that design, but that's on another video. I have a complete video on how you can use order bumps and customize it. I'll leave a link in the description and also in the YouTube cards so that you can watch that video in case you want to, okay? So after the checkout step, let us look at the upsell step. So click on Add New Step and choose Upsell, and then let's import this template. Now, just like the checkout, before you edit the upsell, make sure you're assigning the product you want to offer on upsell. So here, I'll just add product and search for the product I want to offer. There you go. Now, after assigning the product, now I can move on and edit this page. So let me click on Edit, and let's click on Edit with Bricks. And there you go. You can see that this is the upsell page, and this has been designed using Bricks Builder, right? Now the pricings mentioned over here are text placed by us. You also have to manually place the text over here, or you can use some settings in the button, show the pricings dynamically. I'll show you how to do that in a bit, okay? But now on the upsell page, we have one single widget, which is the offer button widget. So if I go to the element section at the very bottom, you can see out of the 5, this one, the offer button widget, is the one that you can use on the upsell page. The other widgets is not going to work. So you can see that on this page, I have 2 offer buttons placed. So the offer button acts as a single widget that allows you to either add a button to accept the offer or a button to reject the offer. So as you can see on the left side, on the settings, you have the button action. So when you edit the offer button, for the button action, if you choose accept, it means that a person clicking on this will be accepting the offer on the upsell. If you change this to reject, then a person choosing this will be rejecting the offer, which means they will not be paying for this. So that's something I've already set up in the second offer button, which is this one. This may look like a text, but I've customized it to look like this. That's because, you know, we want to put less focus on the reject button and more focus on the accept button, right? So once you have set the button action, you also should know about the button type. You can see it says upsell, and then there's this other option called downsell. Now, when you're using a downsell page, you'll be using the same widget, offer button. These 2 pages are practically similar, just that they have different purposes within the funnel journey, right? But here, if you choose the button type as downsell while you're using an upsell page, this will affect the analytics and some details in the order details in WooCommerce. So we urge that when you're using an upsell, make sure the button type is set as upsell. When you're using a downsell step, the button type should be set as downsell, okay? Next, you can change the button text, okay, right from here. You can also change the style, the layout, the typography, and background color. You can change everything of the button from here. You can also add an image on the button background if you want to, okay? So you have all those customization options for these widgets, and you know, the rest of the page is something you design the same way you design any other page with Bricks, okay? Once you're happy with this, click on Save, and let's go back to the canvas. And after the upsell step, let's add a downsell step. So click on plus new step and click on downsell on the left side, and let's import this template. And the downsell step has been added. Again, similar to upsell, as I mentioned, the upsell and downsell are practically almost the same type of steps. So what you can do is you can assign the product of the downsell first before editing it. So let's just go ahead and assign a product. And now let's get back to the canvas and let's edit the downsell step. And let's click on Edit with Bricks. And there you go. So as I mentioned, that this is completely similar to the upsell step, which is why in the elements area, you'll be only using the offer button widget on this page. The rest of the widgets from WPFunnels is not going to work on this page. So any CTA buttons that you want to use on the upsell or downsell pages, you have to use the offer button widget. So here you can see I've added two offer buttons. One is for accept, one is for reject, the same way I did for the upsell step. And as you remember, the button type, since this is a downsell step, by default this is set to downsell. So don't change it to upsell, because changing that, as I told you, will affect the analytics and some details in the order details. So it's better to keep it according to the step you're using. Okay, and just like any other page, you can customize this whole page using bricks, just like you do a normal page. Okay, now let's move back to the canvas and let's add our last step, the thank you step. Click on add new step and let's choose thank you, and let's import this template. And it has been imported. Now let's edit the thank you page, and let's click on edit with bricks. There you go. So this is the thank you page. Now this one, we do have a widget which is called the order details widget, but this one can only be visible after you place the test order. So that's something you need to see by testing the page, but you can customize the widget however you want. So on the thank you page, you will be able to use this particular order detail widget, which will show the order summary, the details about the order, and the addresses that customer has given you on the checkout page. So you can show all that on the thank you page using this widget. So you can customize this over here. You can see that you can choose to show one of those options. If you don't want to show the shipping details on your thank you page, you can turn it off. And when a person will go to the thank you page after checkout or after following the whole funnel, then on the summary, they're not going to see the shipping details. But if you want, you can show all of them, or this is the only step where it's not mandatory to use any widgets. You can not choose to use this widget at all and just give some instructions to the customer. But it's best practice that in online business, people want to see a confirmation page and they want to know what will happen with their order or if the order has been placed. So that's why we suggest that even if you don't want to use this widget, at least use this and choose to show just the order overview. This will give a quick summary of the order number, the amount paid, and the order, basic order that has been placed, other than excessive details. So at least that part you should show on this page, to keep people not confused. And after that, you can add all the instructions you want on the page and customize it. Okay, so that's just about it. So you can customize the rest of the thank you page however you want. You can change the text, color, and everything, just like you design any other page with bricks. Okay, so that's just about it. You can see I've added all the steps that are available in WPFunnels, and for all of them, I've told you about the dedicated widgets that you need to be using. Okay, now keep in mind, again, I'll just give you a reminder that in every step on the widget area, you'll be seeing all 5 widgets available, right? But only the right ones will function properly on the steps. For the landing, you can only use the next step button and the opt-in widget. For the custom, again, same as landing, the next step button and the opt-in widget. For the checkout, you can only use the checkout widget of WPFunnels. For upsell and downsell, you'll be using the offer button widget. And for the thank you, you'll be using the order details widget. Okay, so make sure you're using these widgets in the funnel so that the funnel is functional and people go through the funnel journey. Okay, and as I mentioned, you have full control over customization. You can design it same way you design any other page with bricks. Okay, now it's your turn. Go ahead and create high converting funnels by designing great funnel pages with bricks. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in one of my future videos. Take care.